would like to ask you, how do you see, how do you imagine the society of future? How do you imagine the world of future?
In the past, okay, we like do the together, but nowadays we are much independent. The people feeling. This is why some people feel like lonely, and then also, and in the future maybe the government or like you, like some the union, how to say that, by the way, they tried the people together, yeah, like it's just the one family or something like that. This is what I want to say.
For me, I think for technology aspect, there will be huge change will come. So, for example, people don't need to work, or they don't need to do something, because the automatically robots can be instead of them. So I think the whole life will be easier and comfortable than before.
How do you think about the education and healthcare? How do you imagine it? How should it be in the society of future?
It should be for free for people like the North Europe, yeah. And then also, what about the other question? Education. So also education as well, it should be free. I think we will have much time, okay, to not work. So not only for young people, even the older people, for the whole life, we should, get some education, okay, for the development of, the individual, thing or something like that. It is, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think thanks to YouTube or some like that private broadcasting, so education and healthcare will be much expertive. The quality of education will be much higher than now.
Would you like to add what is also important? What should be better in the society of future? We talked about education, about the work and medicine, healthcare. What would you like to add? Which points are also important? How do you imagine what is also important to mention?
All the countries, they are like fighting to get money from each other or something like that. But at this moment, we should think we are like in the earth. We are like one. So for the education also, not only the each on the history, but also the other countries' history. For example, I'm as an Asian, and I should learn the European history or the other thing. Also European, they should also learn the Asian culture or education, something like that.
Well, thank you very much. I have last question. Because today on AllatRa platform of AllatRa International Public Movement, people around the globe discussing this model of a creative and constructive society. And the more quickly people learn about this, the more quickly we can realize that the more real it is. How do you think? What can be done that more people would learn about this initiative, about creative and constructive society? What can we do that more people will know and involve with this?
For example, in South Korea, there are many influencers, like, as I told you, the YouTuber or the private broadcasters like that. They can speak about like this. So, because when influencers do something, other people follow them, because there will be some effect from them. So I think first we should make the influencer to participate in this constructive society, making constructive society, and then after they spread these things, maybe people can follow this, I think, and they will participate in as well.